Biosecurity. A PRRS control program cannot be conceived without implementing biosecurity measures. While external biosecurity focuses on exclusion, not allowing it to enter, internal biosecurity focuses on containment, not allowing it to move. External biosecurity. The biggest problem today of controlling PRRS is that immunity induced in front of the own strain circulating in the farm, called homologous immunity, will never confer 100% cross-protection when facing the arrival of a new strain, called heterologous strain. Understanding how good or bad the external biosecurity measures are is key data to predict how high the risk of suffering the arrival of new strains is, but also very helpful information to decide the vaccine program strategy to be used. The three main routes for new PRRS strains to break into farms are transport vehicles. Contaminated PRRS trucks for the transportation of live animals, their feeding, and the collection of cadavers is probably today's main reason for the entrance of new strains, it being necessary to carry out strict sanitation protocols of the trucks. To keep an adequate drying time after washing, cleaning, and disinfecting the truck is the most important step towards completely inactivating the virus. Live animals. In the 90s, the entrance of PRRS-infected pigs due to the lack of quarantine protocols and diagnostic tools, ELISA and PCR, were the major sources of infection. Today, strict routine monitoring protocols by serology and PCR during quarantine period is crucial in controlling PRRS. Airborne. The role of PRRS airborne transmission infecting new farms has been demonstrated. It appears to be strain-dependent. Generally, the amount of particles shed by American strains is 10 times higher than European strains. In highly overcrowded pig regions, airborne transmission must always be considered. Air filtration is becoming a useful tool to control it. The risk of heterologous infections can be minimized controlling these three main routes of transmission, but other routes of infection should be taken into account. Semen. It plays a crucial role in the transmission due to the extensive use of artificial insemination. For a full PRRS control, it is necessary to ensure that the source of semen is completely negative. Controlling PRRS in those sow herds that keep boars inside to produce their own semen will always be more difficult. Personnel. People might carry PRRS virus particles on their clothes, shoes, hands, etc. This risk can be reduced drastically putting into practice simple biosecurity protocols like downtime for personnel before entering a farm and shower in, shower out, which have been proven to successfully decontaminate personnel contaminated with PRRS-V. Fomites. Contaminated fomites or farm tools such as containers or ultrasound scanners or mobiles can serve as mechanical vehicles for PRRS virus. Therefore, any incoming tool should be properly disinfected, allowing a minimum of 2 hours contact time prior to introduction. Insects. Houseflies and mosquitoes can serve as mechanical vectors of PRRS virus between farms. To reduce this risk, the use of mosquito nets or screens and insecticides, as well as a suitable management of the place such as mowing the lawn, removing the weeds, and the elimination of standing water are recommended control measures. Internal biosecurity. Once infection occurs, the virus will be shed from infected animals via blood, saliva, milk, colostrum, urine, feces, and semen. Moreover, some pigs have been reported to have been persistently infected for at least 200 days. Therefore, internal biosecurity refers to any type of measures implemented which manage to help to reduce the spread of the PRRS virus within the animals. These measures will be mainly related to management protocols and hygiene. The main factors to be considered when evaluating the internal biosecurity measures are the pig flow. To reduce the spread of PRRS virus from older infected pigs to younger naive animals, all-in all-out pig flow should be used in all farms. To minimize an infection dissemination between litters in farrowing rooms in an acute reproductive outbreak, it is recommended to apply McRebel measures. People. Hygiene measures such as changing of coveralls, boots, or hand washing in designated areas prior to enter into the rooms has been demonstrated to be effective to reduce PRRS spread by personnel between sites and buildings. Needles. The quantity of PRRS virus particles in blood typically reaches high levels during viremia. Therefore, injection of consecutive animals using a contaminated needle can result in iatrogenic spread of the virus. It is recommended to change needles between sows as often as possible. Fomites and insects. As it was explained, fomites and insects may also play a role in spreading PRRS virus between units, being important to establish control measures. Obviously, personnel compliance is the key to a successful implementation of such procedures. Veterinarians can play an important role, not only as the team members who deliver science-based biosecurity to the farm, but also as a teacher to educate personnel and an auditor to ensure that compliance is maximized.